Next thing we want to work on is our calendar. So here's my calendar. Google Calendar allows you to easily schedule meetings, set up reminders, and you can even share your calendar with other people on your team or whoever else you might want to share it with, the office. It's important that you're using your calendar. We've talked a lot, we've hit on in business planning and training, we talk a lot about the importance of blocking out and calendaring out your days. You'll see I use it substantially. I'm always trying to block out my days and my hours so I can get work done. Here's to create some videos. So we're in the middle of that time frame right now. A little bit past it, but I had some things come up this morning, so I can actually even move it down a little bit to make sure that we're getting that it's kind of being budgeted. I never delete things from my calendar, especially when it's work related. I try and move things. The importance of that is you want to make sure that you're actually getting the work such as marketing or prospecting work done on a regular basis. If you just delete it to make room for something else, then it doesn't get done. It's crucial that you're moving things. If you have prospecting time or marketing time scheduled, move those so that they can move it from today to tomorrow or whatever the case may be. So I'm going to quickly hide. You can see on the left my calendars. I've got this live and active. I'm going to remove that so we can talk about how we add in an event from scratch. So the first thing we do is we can use the create button. The create button allows us to choose the title of the event. Let's say this is a test demo. We can set the time and hours when we want that work done, or when we want that calendar event done. We can also choose to be an all-day event. We could repeat the event, where the location is. We also select which calendar. You can see here's a list of all the calendars I control as part of my account. So this will give me an opportunity to put choose which calendar I want to put into. In this case, I'm going to leave it in the BLP. My personal calendar. You can also see there's a Mojo Sales sign up, which everyone should have. So if you want to create an event to use time on the Mojo Sales platform, do some cold calling. There's also an office calendar, which you should be checking regularly. That's office events. And then there's also the sample agent calendar, which you don't have access to, but we'll talk about so you can see it so you can see the content on that and gives you a good demo of how you can schedule and block out your day. So we'll do my account first. You can see the notifications. You can send yourself an email notification a few minutes ahead of time. If you're using an Android device, they usually pop up on your phone as well because they do sync as long as you've synced your account there. We can also invite people. So I'm going to invite, for example, Indira. You've always got to use a Gmail account when you're inviting people. So you should make sure you have everybody in the office's Gmail account, or if you're contacting one of your customers. If they don't have a Gmail account, you can still invite them. It just won't be quite as seamless. They won't be able to accept the invitation. So it's always preferable to use the Gmail account when you invite somebody. Here you go. We can hit save. We can send the invitation to the guest, send. If we click back up, here it is. So I clicked my calendar back up so we could see my calendar. Here it is under test demo. If we want to delete, let me show you another way to add a calendar event. Really simply, you can click and scroll and highlight an area on a day, and that'll allow you to add some time to add the event. You can see what the event is, test demo. Choose the calendar you want to put it on. If you want to change the calendar, for example, you're signing up for Mojo, you might want to click Mojo sign up, and we'll do that. Hit create. Now you can see that this came up in blue. It's a different color. Why is that? Because we scroll down, Mojo Sales sign up is in blue. So that's kind of neat. So some other features that make things nice about calendar, like we talked about, is the ability to share your calendar. So why don't I show you how we set up the office calendar share. I'm going to remove my calendars from visibility just by clicking the color box right next to them. I'm going to click on office calendar, and I want to take a look at share this calendar, right? If I click share this calendar, you can see everybody we're sharing the calendar with. All we have to do is enter that person's Gmail account and we can share that with somebody. So in this case, we'll add Indira again. There it is. There you go. She's added here. Looks like I might have removed her, but we added her again. We're going to allow her to make changes to events since she is the office manager, and we can click save. She's going to get an email notification that that calendar has been shared with her. So let's pull up the Mojo Sales and I'm going to delete that event. and just go over one more time. You can add, you can click, I want to work for, right on the Mojo Sales calendar, I want to work from 1 to 3 on doing cold calls. When you're doing a Mojo Sales calendar, I did want to point out, put your name in. So just create the event, your name. Hit the enter button. There it is. You're in the blue. You can see you're in the blue. Here's the blue. We're in the right calendar. But make sure you noticed I've only got Mojo Sales as the active calendar. So when I went in, that was the default calendar that I created. You can see default calendar right there. If you wanted to adjust the time frame or drag an event, I'm just going to create a sample event again. You can simply drag it over. It's day to day. So if you need to move an event around or you want to edit the timing, like if it's an hour or 30 minutes even, it'll allow you to do that. Just by putting your mouse over the bottom edge of the calendar, you can adjust how many half-hour increments the appointment will be for. If you want to move it around, or you have to move to an earlier day, or earlier time or a later time, you can quickly move it back and forth. So it's really a great feature to keep yourself organized and to share your time frame and availability with others. The training manual talks a little bit about creating appointments, and that's kind of a neat thing to learn how to do, where you can invite people to schedule a time. You can read more about that in the Google Apps training manual, and of course there's a YouTube video on how to do everything with Google Apps. Any Google app, there's a YouTube video, probably 100 of them to read through.